Yeah, hi guys. Good morning, everyone. Okay, this is the first of session, right? So just allow us few more minutes. Some people need to join. Okay, just give us 5 more minutes. We'll start. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thanks for waiting. So just let me introduce about myself. Okay, myself Rajesh. Currently, I was working in Oracle Fusion Consultant with 10 plus years of experience. It's even I've been worked on various implementation projects and also a good experience in support projects as well. Okay, so as of now, no, I've been worked in one of the US based MNC organization. Okay, so my total years of experience is 10 plus. Okay, so now I would like to know about each of you, just a few words about you, like your name, experience, what is your role, and what you are expecting from this course. Okay, so if you let us know, no, just 1 minute is enough. Okay, we'll proceed with our course. One more thing, guys, here. By default, everybody are in mute. Okay, just to reduce the background noise. Okay, you can mute. I mean, you can unmute yourself and you can explain and go back to the mute.
Raish, good morning. I'm Charan Kumar. I'm having total 9 years of experience in IT, and I'm from Oracle EBS background. I just want to explore the ORC configurations and how the ORC functional flow will go.
Okay, okay, thank you. Anusha.
Hello. Hi, Rajesh. This is Anusha here. Good morning. I have 5+ year experience in HR payroll and onboarding. I don't have this HCM Oracle, so I'm looking forward for this HCM Oracle.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you. Jinit, Jitin.
Hey, yep. Jitan, primarily I've been working on EBS and core HR, and I think there's a project which we are trying to move away from Talue to ORC. So just trying to understand ORC as part of this.
So okay, sure, super. Madhu.
Hi Rajesh, good morning. Madhu here. I'm having around 7 years of experience into IT recruitment domain. I don't have any IT side.
Okay,
So just I'm looking for Oracle ORC.
okay, okay. Thank you. Tara.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tara. I have over 8 years of experience in core HR and payroll in Oracle Fusion. I'm currently part of the team who is trying to implement an ORC project. I'm new to ORC, so this is just a course for me to get an introduction to ORC and work on the project as well on the side, and also kind of get the Oracle certification for ORC. So this is kind of like the first knowledge in ORC for me.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much. Hari. Okay, Hari. Sai. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay, so now what I see here, already few were Jitin and Tara were working on already in Oracle Fusion. They have good experience, and Anusha, yes, she has HRMS site, and who are all the working in recruiters night. Okay, for the recruiter, this is the right move that I can tell. Even for other people also, in case if you are doing any implementation projects, no, I will take you through the complete step-by-step process how we are going to do. Even I will explain a mini project how we are going to set up from end to end, like how to making an employee from candidate to employee, that we will see everything step by step in the system. Okay, so as of now, no, in this course that I will explain ORC module. First we'll start with the ORC. Why? Because of mostly we are focusing on ORC. Okay, Oracle Recruiting Cloud. In this Oracle Recruiting Cloud, now we do have many topics were available. Okay, some integration steps, offer letters, some technical stuff and all that we will need to discuss. Okay, that I will explain clearly each and step by step. And also then we will later on we'll go with goal management, and then profile management, and onboarding or journeys. Okay, and later on core HR. Okay, so why core HR last? Why? Because no, in case already few were already they are working on core HR. Okay, if I start with again, it takes minimum 15 classes to complete core HR. They might feel not interested. Okay, so mostly we will focus on recruiting. Okay, so first we'll start with recruiting, then whatever the modules is required. Why? Because not to implement, some people were joining. Okay, so to implement ORC, for sure we require core HR, basics of core HR, and basics of some profile management is required. Okay, some talent management data and all that is required, that we will see here one by one. Okay, so you no need to worry, guys. I will explain clearly. Okay, I'll explain clearly all the details. Okay, let me share my screen in case if you're not able to see or any other problems, no, please let me know. Any audio connection issues and all, you please let me know. Okay, so here one more thing, guys. Instead of going to the PPT and all, no, mostly I will spend on in the system itself only, like in the system in the sense in the demo instance. In this demo instance, I will explain clearly what need to be done and what I are going to discuss. Okay, so we'll provide videos all our videos deliver within 1 hour. Whatever the videos recorded within 1 hour, it will come to your drive, and also the PPTs will share. Okay, and the instance 3 months instance that will be providing part of this course. Okay, so one more new candidate is joined, Sai. Hi Sai, can you please let me know yourself, like experience and where you, I mean, what you're working on, what is your role and all. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, guys. See here. In this demo instance, in this demo environment, right? So what I was going to do in this today's session, the first we will see Oracle HCM Cloud overview. What all the modules is available, from where you are going to start. Okay, the Oracle Recruiting Cloud that we will discuss, and also I'll explain the most important Oracle Recruiting Cloud process flow, how it's gonna work. Okay, what is the process, end to end process we will discuss, and what is the difference or ORC versus Talio. Okay, so why we are going to use instead of Talio, why we are using ORC. Okay, and what is the complete course content, and finally we'll go with our Q&A. Okay, so here if you observe that in Oracle Recruiting Cloud we do have these many modules were available in the system. In these modules now we'll be covering first recruiting, goal management. Okay, goal management, profile management, core HR, I mean a global HR, and also part of we do have in the core HR itself only, we have journeys. Okay, journeys or onboarding, we will discuss. Okay, in the recent releases now we got journeys is the new concept that we will discuss as well. Okay, so most of the customers nowadays they are using, instead of onboarding, they are using journeys. The look and feel and all will be very I mean it's very good. Okay, that also we will discuss how to implement, that we will see in the core HR. Okay, so here these many modules were available in Oracle Cloud. Okay, so mostly we are looking at the talent management. Okay, so only one in every organization, no, to implement ORC. Okay, there will be a separate implementation team. Okay, so in that implementation team, compulsory a recruiting person should be there. Okay, that recruiting person should have the basic information or basic knowledge on core HR and some of the talent management module. Okay, some of the talent management module in the sense profile management is most important. Why profile management? No, some of the information that we will collect from profile to recruiting, I mean the data will be flowing from recruiting to profile, profile to recruiting. Okay, so this is very important. What are all those important information that we are going to collect, that I will show you in our future sessions. Okay, so these many modules were available, but we are not going to discuss all these things. As I said before, only few modules that we were going to discuss, and also that I will give a good information of, okay, approvals, security, and transaction design studio. Okay, so these are all very important. Okay, even that also will go through into the system, and also some of the HDLs, how to use, like example you can consider candidate, how to upload candidate or job requisitions. Okay, so there are many HDL files is there, that also I will explain how to upload the bulk data into the system. Okay, so in this overview, there are many modules. We'll be covering only few modules. In that, some of the information also that we will collect in the system. Okay.
Raish, can you just go to that slide then?
Yeah.
Here, in human resource and workforce rewards and workforce management is a top record. So workforce management, talent management, like work life. So these are the these are the different stacks in the Fusion or different modules it is?
These are all the modules.
No, I'm
These
saying
are all
that.
the different
No,
modules.
yeah. No, what is workforce rewards? What see, benefits is one module, compensation is one module, and absence is one module. So what is workforce rewards and what is workforce management? This is nothing but different modules, or these are the stacks of the Fusion?
Yeah, as you said, these are the stacks. Actually, these are different offerings. Example, if any of the customers, if they purchase, right, they'll go with some based on these purchases, they will get an offering. Okay, these offerings also I will explain in the future session. As of now, no, in this demo part, just I was explaining what is available. In later on in the future session, no, I will explain this all details. In detail, I'll take you through. Okay, so as of now, this, as you said, these are all the stacks, or else you can call it as a offerings. Separate software, separate offerings is available in Oracle Cloud. Maybe some organizations, what they will do is they will purchase only human resource and talent management. Okay, to implement in your system, these things will not be available. Okay, in case if some customer they will purchase only core HR and payroll, workforce rewards and workforce management. Okay, the talent management will not be available. Okay, this we call it as offering. Based on the offerings only, I mean based on the license what they have procured, no, that will be available in the system. Okay, but these are all the separate modules. Okay, so see, the next one will be the ORC process flow. In this ORC process flow, if you observe that, okay, so there are many roles that you can see. Example, hiring manager, recruiter, sources, candidate. There are many roles will be available. In these roles, all the roles that we will be in the daily basis that we'll be using in the system in the ORC module. Okay, so if you observe that here, okay, so this is the instance that you will be using on daily basis. Okay, for practice for practice. Okay, so directly no, don't worry guys, I'll explain you the in the maybe day after tomorrow session. No, what I will do is the complete from login to how you are getting the system and all, I will explain that. Okay, so see, in the my client group, if you observe that this is the only place all our recruiting that we will configure. Okay, so if you observe that the complete all our hiring process, it will take place here. Okay, so if you go to inside this hiring, just I will show you the look and feel how ORC module will looks. See, there is a job requisition. What is job requisition? What is candidates? What is campaigns, candidate pools, job offers? Okay, there are many options were available inside. See, if you example, these are all the vacancies. Okay, so example, job requisition in the sense vacancies. These are all the vacancies raised by the recruiter or else hiring manager. Okay, see, once the job requisition is raised by any of the recruiter or hiring manager, they will post somewhere and you will get the applicants and you will do some candidate selection process, and then you'll release an offer letter. Okay, so there is this and all, it's not manually, it's not required. Some organizations what they will do is they will go with manual process, some they will go with uh, automated process. Okay, both the options is available in our selection process, that also we will discuss one by one here. Okay, let me go inside this job requisition. Again, see, wherever you see blue mark, right, so these are the hyperlink. When you click on it, it will take you to a separate page. Okay, separate page will go into the job requisition. In this job requisition, there are much more information, so much of information that we can see in this particular detailed section. Okay, so what information that you may ask me a question that we will see in later. See the basic information, hiring team, who is the recruiter and hiring manager. Okay, and the requisition structure for which organization. Okay, so detail some DFF is work requirements. The most thing is configuration, questionnaires. Okay, so the candidate selection process, external application flow, all these. Okay, all these things we will discuss one by one. Okay, so this particular screen will used by the recruiter or hiring manager. Why? Because of this is the only place the recruiter or hiring manager can raise a requisition. There is no other place, no other screen. Okay, the ORC consultant or any other people, recruiter, hiring manager, they have to use. For the ORC implementation team, no, there is a separate path. Okay, some setup and maintenance will be there. Okay, even we have to configure it. Okay, so as a recruiter, if they want to raise a requisition, some configurations that we have to do as a implementation team. Okay, so to do that implementation, there are many processes which we need to configure. Okay, see, as of now, create job requisition by the recruiter is fine. Okay, they will create it, it will go for the approval, that and all is fine. Okay, so then what about this job application flows, candidate selection process and all? Okay, so all these things that we have to configure in the system. Okay, so to configure that, there are many topics in ORC. See, if you observe that here, I will zoom out something. See, if you observe that here, there are from offering, enabling the offering, okay, and what is the roles, career site, okay, job application, selection process, candidate pools, okay, there are offer letters, notification, okay, phone number uses, campaigns, interview functionality, schedules, security, approvals. There are many options, many concepts that we need to configure in the system. First, you have to configure this one, then later on only you will hand over this system to the recruiting persons. HR or recruiters or hiring managers. Okay, they will start using that. Without this particular setup, they cannot use the system. Okay, so that usage and where you are going to configure in the system, that we will go with one by one, each topic by topic we will discuss. Okay, totally we have 27. Okay, in these 27 concepts, no, minimum will take 30 plus days to complete all these topics. Okay, and also there are most all these topics under every customer not gonna use, only few of the customers they will go, but majorly these wherever that I was highlighting, no, that is mandatory. Okay, everybody compulsory they have to use those, that mandatory they have to configure this one. Okay, otherwise it's not possible to create a requisitions. Okay, so there are some automation processes there. Okay, that and all we will see in our future sessions. Okay, so now let me explain the process flow, how it works, complete ORC process flow. Okay, so in every organization, we'll see some of the vacancies available. Why the vacancies will happen in the system? So if the first thing, if any of the candidate kept his resignation and he move out of the office, a vacancy will happen, or else already existing position, or else a new position that you are going to create in the system. Okay, new hires need to be happen. Okay, in these two scenarios only, a job vacancy will be available in an organization. To fill that vacancy, what recruiters they will do is they will create a requisition, they will create a job requisition or else vacancy. Okay, so that creation will happen by the recruiters. Okay, for these recruiters they do have the complete access. Okay, this is the place where the recruiters and hiring managers create a requisition, and they will once after submitting, it will go for the approval. Once after submitting, it will go for the approval. This approval process, it's very complex. Okay, there are many options in the approval process flow. I will explain you, not only for the job requisition approval, even when you are releasing an offer letter also approval is required. Might be you can ask me, the approvals is the standard one. No. Okay, based on your requirement. Okay, example, if you take, I have two business units. Example, one is in Hyderabad, one is in Chennai, and one is in Bangalore. Three business units were available. These three business units, three HRs were there. I want to trigger a approval. Okay, I want to trigger a approval, maybe based on the business units, department, jobs. Okay, even using custom fields also, I can trigger a approvals to the respective approvals, approvers. Okay, so these and all that we can configure in the system. Once the job requisition is submitted by this particular hiring manager and you got approval, then you can do the job formatting. What is this job formatting? Job posting and all, no, job formatting in the sense, you can provide the recruiter owner will be there, no, they will provide some of the information about your organization. Okay, like this is what the complete organization structure or some standard details and all that you can do in your job requisition formats will be available. Okay, once after creating, there are many status is there. That status is also I will explain. Okay, around the 10 to 12 status is there for each requisition. Okay, that also we will discuss. Let me go inside this. I'll show you. In this job formatting, this is also very important. Might be it's not mandatory. Okay, it's not mandatory whether you can post or whether you can do the formatting or not. That's your wish. If you go to job formatting, no, there is an option. Okay, so in this employer description, recruiting organization description, and also if you want to showcase about some of the videos about your organization and all that you can do. For internal employees you can showcase, or for the external. Okay, it's up to your wish. Later on, once after doing the job formatting, then we need to do job posting. What is the use of this job posting? See, once the job posting, in the sense, every recruiter, they can post. I have created requisition. Now where we are going to post it, whether I can post it externally or else internally. Only two options. Okay, so these external internal options that we can do it at IJP. Okay, internal in the sense IJP, or else external career site. Okay, so I will take here as a external candidate. When as a recruiter that you have posted externally, okay, externally, I mean a career site. Okay, even in our process, no, even in our process, we will create our own career site. We will develop a career site. This career sites, no, example, I will search any of the organization. mm, okay, example, AU Bank. Example, we'll take AU Bank. I'll show you the career, some of the career sites. Okay, so AU Bank. Okay, see example, if you take AU Bank career site. Okay, this is implemented ORC, I think. Let's wait. There it is. Okay, I want to show you one of the career site, how we'll configure. Okay, so this is related to Stalio. If you want to find, no, I'll show you the simple way how we can configure and how to find. This is the Oracle, Oracle's one. This is also setup that which we need to do. Okay. Okay. Okay, actually we need to do we have to configure a career site as well. Okay, for to configure the career site, no, it's not required to any of the log. I mean, you don't need to create any coding and all. Okay, there is a small concept like just drag and drop option will be there. Using the drag and drop option, we can create multiple or many based on your requirement. No, you can configure career site. Okay, so you don't worry about these screen guides. Okay, I will explain clearly later on in the later sessions. Okay, just I want to show you the career site. Okay, so this career site is very simple and easy to create. Okay, so most of the customers, okay, they are very keen interested to create this career site. Why? Because now whatever the vacancies that we are going to create are posting in the system, 100% they have to post it on the career site. Okay, this is how the career site will be there. For to configure this career site, we do have many features were available. Okay, many features were available. See, this is how that we can configure. These all are simply drag and drop only. There is no coding is required. Okay, when I click on it, it will take you to this page. All the whatever the vacancies available, all the vacancies that you can find it out here. And as a candidate, you can apply when you have posted it on career site. Okay, I want to show you any of one career site which is in production environment. Okay, so we'll go with this one. Okay, see, this is the career site, one of the customer we're using. Okay, see, this is how they have configured it. Okay, so this is how the career site will be there. So the look and feel be keeps changing. See, there are many vacancies that have been posted.
You
Okay,
can search for Clean Harbors.
yeah, Clean Harbor.
Yeah. Yeah. Careers. Yeah.
I think they are not. This is not with the ORC. They have made some integrations, right?
Yeah.
It's not. See now. Okay, fine, no problem. But this not with the ORC. Might be if you click on apply, it will redirect to the ORC. But anyhow, no, this is how it looks. Okay, even if you want to view any of other, see, we do have many career sites will come.
You can search for AST Corporation.
Yeah, just one or two is enough. Okay, okay, this is how the career sites will look. Okay, okay, so this is how the career site that we can create on our own. This is the Clean Harbor. Okay, see there. Okay, again they came to back. Okay, so we can apply our we can create our own career site in our system, but coding and all is not at all required. Okay, so with using simple drag and drop option that we can create. See, there are many career sites which is available. Once after creating these career sites, no, you can copy or you can duplicate it and you can do the adjustment here. Okay, so we don't need to deep dive this much. Okay, so here once after in the application flow, in this application flow, you can post it on the career site. Okay, so once after posting in the career site, the candidate will start applying for a vacancy. The candidate will start applying for a vacancy. Now if you observe that not only in career site, as a recruiter you can post your vacancies in internal, you can post or agent, you can share to any third party consultancies. Some of outside recruiters, they will share the requisition as they will share the resumes or candidates. You can post it on LinkedIn, Naukri, some employer referrals manually. As a recruiter manually also you can create a candidate. There are many options. Once the requisition is created and it has been posted and it has been went live, okay, there are many ways that you can get the candidates. Okay, there are many places that you can get the candidates. Okay, so once after that you have posted it on the career site, that is fine. Then later on, example, you can take any one of our member, you can take Sai, has been applied. Now we have seen this particular requisition on the career site. Now you need to start applying. Okay, to start applying in the system, as I said before, we need to configure job application flows, candidate selection process, offer letters, some onboarding and all some pre-checks, onboarding checklist and all these things that we have to configure in the system. Okay, using this particular screens, as an implementation team we will configure it. There are many options to configure. Okay, see, you can configure the job requisition templates. Okay, there are many other options like career site, job application flows. Okay, I'll this all these topics will go one by one. Okay, so all this once after configuring this, if you observe that job application flow, now Sai want to apply, example I will take sales manager. Okay, sales manager, he want to Sai need to apply for this job requisition, created one of our recruiter and I posted in the career site. Now he need to apply for this job application flow. Okay, for this particular job vacancy, we need to tag one CSP, candidate selection process. Okay, job application flow should be there. Okay, so without these two we cannot proceed further. What is JAF? Okay, job application flow. In this job application flow, no, for fresher we will collect some of the information, some basic information. For experienced person we will collect more information like past experience, pay slip, offer letter, relieving letters. Many of the information we will collect from the and also for interns, for when you are doing any campus recruiting, no, only few information, basic information that we can collect. Okay, there are in the job application flow, there are many more information which is available. If you observe that, we'll call it as blocks. Okay, all these blocks, there are, see, around, okay, we have totally, we have totally 21 blocks were available in the system. Okay, whatever is required, that we will tag in this job application flow. When Sai is applying for any vacancy, I mean any in the sense in this salary manager, sales manager, he will apply, or he will provide whatever the information that we have requested in the job application flow. Once after the Sai, I mean the candidate has been applied to this sales manager requisition, okay, he will fall under the selection process. I mean, he will act as a prospect or job applicant. Okay, what is difference this prospect and job applicants, we will see in our future sessions. Okay, so example, in our job requisition, if I go back to the system, I will show you the both the options where it is available. Okay, so go to my client group and hiring. Okay, so here if you go as a recruiter, if you log in and verify, there is a prospect and applicants. The main difference will be, once if you enter OTP, and if you would have given your OTP. Now example, Sai has been applied to any of the requisition. Okay, once after entering the OTP, and you might have collected some of the information, okay, they will automatically convert it to applicant, job application or job applicant. Must and should the particular candidate, you have to provide, I mean, verification. Okay, before verification you will be in prospect, later on you will convert to the job applicant. Okay, so now once after converted to job applicant to prospect to job applicant, there is a selection process. For every organization, they will follow some standards to do selection process. Like there are this particular selection process, it's not the standard only. Wherever I have highlighted in the green, offer and HR, these two phases are standard one given by the Oracle. We cannot remove these two, we cannot remove. Okay, so we will call it as phases and states. This whatever that I was mentioned here, we will call it as a phase. Okay, in this each phase again we have some states will be there. Okay, in the states, whatever based on the customer requirement, we have to configure it one by one. Okay, might be in this new state you might be configure many of the information. Okay, so example, I will take any one of the candidate, go inside. Okay, so as of now this particular candidate, okay, Jetin, okay, he is in new and request information submitted. Okay, so I will take you now. See, there is an option move. This is the selection process. As of now, screening, interview and selection, offer, these are all the only four phases they are using. Now I will click on the screening to be reviewed. See, these are all the states. Like this, based on our requirement, we can configure our own phases and states. We can configure our own phases and states. This we call it as a selection process, candidate selection process. Most of the customers, what they will use, minimum they will configure so whatever that I did implementation, right? Maximum I configured around 10 phases. In each phase, I mean in each state we have around 5 to 6 states again. Okay, so it's up to the customer requirement that you can configure and you can enable it here. In this process, in the selection process, you can schedule interviews, first round, second round, third round. And also most important thing is, in this selection process you can do many of the informations, like you can do the request information, you can initiate a background check, assessment trigger, tax credit, and also duplication check. Okay, if you want to trigger any notifications to the candidate, okay, all the automation process that you can do in this candidate selection process. Okay, so this is very important thing, very interesting also, that we will see it one by one. Okay, in this candidate selection process, much information that we need to provide for a job application. Okay, so once after the candidate has been completed all rounds of interviews, and is now the recruiter is happy to proceed with the next step. Okay, so the next step will be the offer phase. Offer. Okay, so when you are creating offer, okay, there are some of the information that we need to provide, like salary, what is the employment details, okay, that and all you need to provide. Once after providing some of the information what I said before, then again it will go for the approval. Then later on you will extend the offer to the candidate. Okay, so here if you observe, once after you got approval, again as a recruiter, or else even the offer has been released, extend in the sense you have released an offer letter to the candidate, you got some other opportunity, okay, again we need to some offer, you might expecting more salary and all, okay, again you need to redraft an offer. Still that many information, whatever detail that we have provided, again we have redraft option will be there. That and all we'll see in the future session when we were discussing about the offer creation and all. Okay, so even this offer letter template will be there, offer letter template. That offer letter templates, we can create multiple offer letters, will get a drop down based on your requirement. You can configure, or you can with the help of the technical person, no, we can configure our offer letter templates. Okay, so once after the offer has been created and you have been as a recruiter, you have extended offer letter to the candidate, extended offer, the candidate also accepted the offer, is happy with the salary, then we'll move the candidate to the core HR. We'll move to the candidate to the core HR. He will fall, okay, as a pending worker. He will come as a pending worker. This particular move to HR, no, this is very important one. Move to HR, move to HR. That means this is an automated process. If required, you can do a automation, or else manually also that you can do. Both the option is available. Okay, so in this move to HR, when the candidate is converting to pending worker, again I'm saying candidate converting to pending worker to employee, pending worker to employee. Okay, so this is how the process will work. Why pending worker? So in this pending worker state, no, he will move to the onboarding stage. Okay, whatever the documents that you need to collect from the candidate or pending worker, all the details that we can trigger it here. Might be you might be requesting okay, you might be requesting most of the information from the pending worker, like a relieving letter, past employment. Okay, most of the information you might be complete, you might asking some course need to be completed, you will ask him to complete their profile, all the details that, okay, all the details that you will be collecting during this onboarding state. Okay, once this particular date is completed, might be example is particular date of joining might be uh, tomorrow. Okay, you can consider tomorrow, like 4/4/2023. Okay, this is the effective start date of the particular pending worker. Okay, we have an option, automated automation process. Okay, directly they will convert as pending worker to employee. We have an option of including automation. So once the scheduler will run, no, automatically based on the effective date, okay, the particular pending worker will convert to employee. Then this particular candidate will hand over this particular candidate will hand over to the core HR team. I mean the HR specialist, they will take care of this particular employee. Then later on, in case of any vacancies will happen, again the process will start from here. Okay, so now here one thing, you may ask me a question: is the career site, job application flows, candidate selection process is the standard? No, this is not the standard one. You can create a number of job applications, a number of selection process. Okay, you can create a number of career site based on your localization. Okay, that and all. See, most of the customers, what they will do is job application flows, candidate selection process, they will create a number. Why? Because now job application flow, we'll take one example. For campus, okay, um, campus and experienced and fresher, interns. Okay, so these many can employees, these many types of our process where we are doing in the recruiting process, no, for experienced freshers, interns, campus, bulk hiring and all. Now the selection process will be keep changing. Okay, and also the job application flows also will be keeps changing. I no need to collect these many information for the freshers or interns. Only experience is enough. Okay, so for that purpose what we can do is I can configure one job application flow. For freshers only one round of interview. For experience 3 rounds of interviews. Okay, for interviews, without having interviews, HR round directly will small test they will put and they will recruit them. Okay, so the type of variations will happen. So there is no restriction. We can create on our importance. Okay, you can create a number of job application, selection process, and offer letter templates also that we can do on our own. Okay, this is how the process will happen. And also one more thing, guys, this is completely manually that we are doing, right? Even if required, the selection process also we can do it as automation. And also there are some schedulers will be there. As of now I mentioned only two, but we have many schedulers were available. Okay, if you observe here, there are many schedules on daily basis and every minute and one time activity there for every 5 minutes. Okay, many schedulers were available. That schedules and all I will explain. Okay, so based on these schedules only our process will start. Okay, this is the one time activity. When you are doing implementation, first we'll configure it and then it will daily it will run every 5 minutes or 24 hours once it will run, or 30 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the Oracle recommendation, no, that we will configure it here. Okay, so there are much more information. Still we have discussed only few things. Okay, so if I take you to the system, no, there are so much of information, many topics that we need to discuss in this selection process. If you observe, no, in every organization this is the only process flow that we will do. This is the only process flow, whatever that I was explained, no, 100% they will follow this particular process flow only in every organization. But okay, so these two will be keeps changing. The phases states and the job application, the blocks and sections, it will be keeps changing. Okay, so the remaining everything will remain same. To use this particular process flow, okay, to use this process flow we have to configure it. Okay, first might be the implementation we have to do, then later on recruiter will start using this per system. Okay, so if you observe that here, whatever that I was explaining in the Excel, the same here also that will be available. Okay, hiring manager initiate a requisition, recruiter will complete the requisition and they will post it, and we will share it to the sourcer. Like we will do some campaigns, candidate pools, some agencies and all that will share. Candidate will apply for a vacancy and we will do some response whether he is interested or not, some notification emails and all that will trigger to the candidate, and we'll arrange an interviews. Okay, I mean interview arrangements that we'll do. Once the interview is completed, we'll collect the feedback, then we'll move to the offer phase. Then the candidate accept in the online itself, they will accept the offer, they will do the sign, and then later on we'll do the HR specification, like the onboarding and all, it will trigger to the candidate. Okay, so in detail that I was explained in our Excel. Okay, now again I'll take you to the system. See if you observe that here. Okay, so these things and all the completely we have to configure. If you want to use that, we have to compulsory we have to configure in the system. So here job offers. Okay, now example, the offer letters you need to configure. There are separate section. All the offer letters we have, many of the states and states were available. If you observe that, okay, draft, pending approval, approved, offer accepted, okay, approval rejected, there are phases will be there. Based on these filters that we can hide, we can get the candidates. And also most important thing is candidate search. Candidate search. Now example, click on this candidate search. These are all the filters, we'll discuss this later. But see, if you want to find list of all the candidates, see here 4,887 candidates were available in the system. Okay, so if you observe, if you go to any other in the production environment, no, you'll see lakhs of candidates will be available. Okay, some lakhs of candidates will be available, but the system maintenance and all will be very good. Okay, there is no lag and all will not be there. So the candidate, see if you observe that again I'll click on this any one of the candidate. This candidate whatever the information that we have collected in the job application flow, all the details will be available. See, previous employment, personal skills, okay, this under custom one that we have configured, okay, address, source information, from where to this candidate came. Okay, it's not available, they might have uploaded, but here you can see through from where to whether Naukri manually created or internal referral, all the information, source information, that you can find it out here. The address, contact information, all the details here it will be available. Okay, so related to candidate, that you can find all the details. Okay, whether he is an internal employee, ex-contingent, normal employee, external candidate, all the details, the candidate type also, that you can verify here. Okay, so this candidate, again, you can add to a requisition, you can add to a pool. If you want to do any interactions, that you can do an interaction, you can send a message, duplication check we want to do, that all the details here will be available. Okay, related to candidate, even job requisition, we do have information. Okay, so much of information that we can collect. So now one thing that you need to remember, guys, okay, so if you observe here, most of the information, did I went out of the screen, where I mean out of the screen, in the sense, in this hiring page, when I go to home, related to recruiting, only in this particular section itself, only everything that we were working, everything related to recruiting module, everything that we will do in these particular subsections only. We no need to go anywhere in the system, anywhere in the system. Okay, this is the only one place that will handle as a recruiter or hiring manager. Okay, and recruit to hire now, guys, this is the OTB area standard given by the Oracle. Okay, with the help of technical team, if you want to enable, you can enable. We will get all the graphs. Okay, so what is the status of the job requisitions, how it was performing, all the details that you can find it here. It's like an some of the information. See, how many requisitions, job applicants, how many offers that you have released, how many hires that has been performed. Okay, complete like bar graphs, see pipeline, all the details that you can verify it here. Okay, so this is the standard one given by the Oracle, but by default it won't be available in the production environments. If required, you can enable it in the system. Okay, this is the only place that we can do all our recruiting related stuff. Okay, so so now, okay, this is the selection process. Okay, so now later on in this recruiting functional area, what is the use of this recruiting functional area? Previously, whatever that we have seen, that is related to functionally, as a recruiter, hiring manager, whatever that as the implementation team we have configured, they will use it. Okay, then now where the implementation team will configure. Okay, these are all the functional areas we will use. These are all the only functional areas for the recruiting which is available, will configure in the system. There is no other forms, just these 6 forms only. We do have some profile options and all is available. That is some that is a common one. Okay, lookup values and all, that is different part. Okay, so but as of now, these are the only majorly we will use functional areas. Okay, to configure everything in the system. Okay, so let me go there as well. So if you go to setup and maintenance, this is the place where that we will use our system. Setup and maintenance. Okay, this is the common flow that we will common path to navigate here. It is recruiting. So recruiting candidate experience. So as implement this particular option, we don't provide to any of the recruiter, hiring managers and all. We won't give, only admin persons only will give this. Might be you can call it as backend. Okay, we won't give to permissions to anyone. Okay, only we can see as implementation we will see. So there are, see, these many options were available. All these we have to configure. Candidate experience, career sites, job application flows, see, selection process, job offers, agent, you can create agencies. Okay, there are many options will be there, all the details that you can configure it here. Okay, so in the job application example, we take selection process. There are many options that we can configure the selection process like this. Okay, so if you select any one, okay, if you select any one, see, there are only 4 phases. Might be based on your requirement, you can configure many. You can configure many. I will take this default one. So there are only 5 phases. In this again 5 phases, there are the states. Okay, in detail as a backend we are able to see, but the recruiters, there will be only small drop down will be there. Here we can configure the actions, as I said before, that we can do automation process here. Using this move condition, we can automate it. Okay, this is the process there where we will use it in our system. Okay, so now what is the ORC versus Talio? What is the difference? Okay, so if you observe that here, most of the customers nowadays, no, they are moving from Talio to ORC. Why? Because of ORC is in cloud, and also very user experience will be available for this ORC. So the one, if you observe that here, this is the two screens which we were used for the candidate. See, this is the Talio. Okay, so if you observe that, this is the Talio, the screens, and also if you observe that in the recruiting. Okay, so in this particular ORC, I mean in the Oracle Recruiting Cloud, completely in cloud, as well as this is the user experience, like responsive UI. Nowadays all our, previously we were using classic UI. Now all the screens, all the modules, they are moving to the responsive UI. Oracle has moved to responsive UI. So even that you can use this particular page in your mobile as well. Automatically it will come up with a page, like it will adjust with the mobile tabs or laptops or desktops. Okay, the screens will get adjusted as per the screen size. Okay, so and also mostly it was using as a responsive UI. Okay, if you compare this screen and this screen, was very good. And also most of the features were available which is not available in Talio. All the features were available in ORC. Okay, so if you are just, I will give one example. See, there is a chatbot integration, so ORC also we can use chatbot, and also candidate slots through candidate self-service. Okay, choose interviews time slots through candidate self-service. In this ORC, we have a good feature. As usual in the normal interviews and all, recruiter or hiring manager or HRs will schedule an interviews. Okay, a notification will trigger to the candidates. But in ORC, we have a new feature called candidates also can schedule their own interviews. To schedule their own interviews, we have to do some set of integration. That's very beautiful concept were introduced in ORC. And also in ORC, you can show videos, images just for the candidate engagement. Okay, about your organization culture. Okay, so the work culture and all, you can show through videos or images that you can show to the candidate. Okay, so previously where I was explaining in the job formatting, no, in that particular place you can configure this one. Okay, so in the Talio we don't have all that option, but in ORC we have. But there is one more option if you think this one, no, equest. Okay, in equest also standard given by the Talio, but in ORC we have to configure this. Equals, we'll call it as a third party integration. Okay, once if you have a license, no, you can configure in the ORC. It's also very simple process. But if in ORC, all the third party integrations we have to do in the system. There are total 5 integrations were available. One is a tax credit, assessment test, and background verification, equest, and also LinkedIn integration. Okay, there are these 5 options were available to configure in the system. But equest is one of the most important one. This equest, okay, in the Talio by default will come, but in the ORC we have to implement it. Okay, so and also most important thing is most of the customers nowadays, they are moving from Talio to ORC. Talio to ORC. Why? Because of the responsive UI, many more features were available in ORC compared to Talio. Even other integrations also that we can configure with the ORC as well. Okay, previously we have seen with Clean Harbor. Okay, they have the career site and all, they have been integrated with some other like service now, and there are many options is there. Okay, they have been integrated with some other service vendors. Okay, this is the screens look like. And the mainly the course content, as you see, if you observe that here, no, these are all the topics I will cover during our ORC sessions. Okay, ORC sessions, there are many options as I shown before. Okay, in this particular topic slide, I was include only few, but but if you observe that here, there are many options were available. Still, some more. These are all the main topics, but subtopics I haven't included here. Still, that also we will discuss one by one during this particular topic wise. Okay, so all the things that we will discuss in our course content. You will receive videos, PPTs, and to practice the instance also that you will be receiving on daily basis. Okay, so this is the course content, and see, if you observe that onboarding will cover profile management, goal management, and the core HR that we will cover. Total, I'll take 45 plus to 45 to 50 sessions to complete all these modules. But goal management and the profile management were small modules. Okay, the remaining all are sub medium only that we can cover. And also, this is the technical content. If you observe that HDL approvals, security, not only what security, we'll discuss core HR as well, and HCM design studio. Okay, this is very important. Transaction design studio, approvals, and security is very important. The HDLs and all will taken care by the technical persons, but as a functional that we have to configure these things also. Okay, we will discuss one by one in our system. Okay, so okay, so guys, this is about the ORC process flow, and I've taken you through the complete ORC process flow. Okay, just for demo purpose today. And the content also, this is the content, whatever the contents that we are you are able to see, this is the content that I will explain in the system. Okay, our complete our course. Okay, guys, if you have any queries, you can ask me. Okay, in detail, I will explain very clearly in future, and all, in the future session I will explain clearly. You may understand, and I will give some practice purpose also, what need to be practiced, how we are going to do the implementation and all. We'll see that. Yeah, if you have any queries, you can ask me now. Please unmute yourself, you can ask me questions.
So in goals, are you going to discuss how to set up goals?
Yes, the complete part, how to set up a goal and how it will get triggered to the candidate, sorry, to the employees. We'll see that.
Okay.
Configuration part, I will explain the goals. But profile, we are performance, we are not included. Only goals I will explain here.
Okay. Where is profile management coming in this?
Yeah, profile management also I'll explain. Okay, in this profile management, if you observe that here. Okay, so here I've already noted down. If you observe that in the profile management, we do have, see, there are many information is available in the profile. Okay, this profile management, what we'll do now, in the talent management, whatever the modules here, it was available right here, it will give the data. This profile management, it will give to each and every module. Okay, so some of the source information that we can capture from the profile. Mostly for the recruiting, we will use experience, work preference, license and certificates, languages, and skills. These are all the 5 components that we will, item catalogs we will capture from the profile management. Okay, to capture the data. Okay, clearly. Okay, clearly I will explain here. See, even if required, in the screen itself, we will discuss that.
And total course will be like how many days? Like how many months?
Total approximately 50 hours. You can consider 50 days.
Like including the weekends you're going to teach or how?
Not weekends, up to except Sunday, remaining all work.
Okay.
Okay, there is a profile. See here, these profiles will configure in the system. Even the complete profile management, I will explain what is the use, how we are going to use it. There are many types is available that we will discuss one by one. There are profile types. Okay, model profiles, item catalogs. Okay, so example, I'll give a small example. When you are doing any example, Sai is applying for any of the requisition, he need to provide his education details. What is his degree, which college? Okay, that details and all. If you'll get a drop down, right? Or else you'll get an address details, areas. Okay, that particular details and all will capture from here. Okay, I'll configure in the item catalogs, competencies, education, establishments and all. No, I don't want to confuse you, but all our details that we can configure from here. See, all the list of colleges is there. Whenever the candidate is applying, okay, they can collect all this information. I've been completed my education in some of the diploma college. Okay, I'll provide all the details in profile management. Once I have been posted, I can see it in our career site page. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
Like you are going to give the complete like self-service, how the hiring manager will give separately login here. Like he'll show how the hiring manager will work, how the recruiter will
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Yeah, we will log in as a recruiter and we'll verify. We'll log in as a hiring manager and we'll verify. I will log in as a HR and we'll verify how it works and all. We'll see it clearly. If you explain in that manner, unload separate login will do, and I mean different browsers I will use, and we'll log in and we'll verify what fields will visible to the hiring manager, what can see by the recruiter. That we will differentiation also. I will show you that. As a end user perspective, also we'll see. We will log in as a candidate and we'll verify. We'll log in as a pending worker and we'll verify that. How it works and all we'll see.
Yeah, hi, this is Sandeep. Regarding to ORC, particular to ORC, how many hours of training you are going to take?
Uh, Maximum I will take 30 plus 33 hours. I'll take 30 to 35. Why? Because
Okay.
not this particular content you might have required. Everyone is looking for ORC, right? Okay, so because of that
Okay.
reason, mostly we'll concentrate in ORC module. So if you are going with the core HR, absence, payroll and all, no, we are running some other sessions as well. Okay, so that's the important one, that if you require the absence module, payroll, okay, core HR, that is different one. Okay, for recruiting, we are running a separate batch. Okay, we'll mostly uh, recruiting also is very big module. Okay, come in the war in fusion. Okay, maximum it takes for me 35 sessions to complete, including onboarding as well.
Yeah, how is the market for ORC? Like how they'll expect for the modules for experienced person, or while we apply, like how many modules they ask usually?
For ORC, no, see example in the current I mean in currently, if you know ORC and onboarding is more than enough. Why? Because now in every organization, they will look only for the separate recruiting person will be the separate. Implementation guy will be the separate guy who is gonna handle ORC plus journey or checklist. Okay, there are many calls for the ORC nowadays. Why? Because of all the Talio previously, where whoever they are using Talio, they are migrating their complete data to ORC. They are you started using ORC modules.
They won't expect the technical, right?
No, no. Technically in ORC, technically in the sense, only one thing is offer letter and offer letter template and also HDLs. For
Okay.
HDLs, we have some technical persons will be there. It's not in our hands. No need to worry. Okay. Only offer letter is also very simple. Okay. That some conditional offer letters also is there. If you want to help, okay, many of the organizations, okay, as of now, I was implementing 2 ORC projects. Okay. To be frank, okay, that I have a technical person, he will handle these two HDL uploads and offer letter templates and all. He will handle it.
So
It's
are you
based on
going
the
to, sorry. Are you going to cover main basic means how to do that offer letter customization? Just are you
yes,
going to
yes,
give some? Yeah, okay, fine.
yeah. In the offer letter, no, from scratch to will configure that. I will explain how to install the BA publisher and all. No, I'll explain that later on. I will upload an offer letter and we will release the offer letter to the candidate.
Okay.
Okay, where example, if you want to the comparing the offer letters, one-to-one offer letter, the data will be keeps changing. For one business unit, some other text will be giving, some other legal employer, some other offer letter will be maintaining, a freshers offer letter, campus offer letter, and intern separate offer letter. We'll be maintaining that, right? That type of scenarios also we'll see. Okay, so one thing is for ORC modules, now whoever is looking to convert their career, example for Madhu, okay, is the recruiter, is working as a recruiter. Okay, I think this is the correct move for Madhu for ORC. Why? Because of he might have good experience with the recruiting process flow. If he knows ORC, that will be well and good. And whoever they are going to do the implementation, like Jatin and Tara, okay, they do have the good experience in Fusion. Okay, if they are looking for ORC, okay, I can take you through the complete implementation. Okay, but I mean within 10 days, 15 days and all, I cannot complete. But for sure, even for other people also, they have to understand. I take 30 plus hours to complete this ORC. Okay, so we'll go with automation, manual, all the process flows that we'll see. Okay, so and even somewhere I think Anusha, she has some experience in HRMS, some local HRMS tool. Okay, I think if she convert to the I mean ORC or Oracle Fusion, no, this is also a good move. Okay, any other question, guys? Okay, so you can unmute yourself and you can ask me questions.
Yeah, can we skip the weekends and just do on weekdays?
I mean, weekends in the sense we'll use only Saturday. Why? Because now if I skip Saturday and Sunday, it takes a very lengthy course. Okay, so I'll lose around 10 hours. I mean, 10 days. Again, it will get extended. Most of whoever is they are joined right here, they might be looking to, it's like they look, most of the candidates are, they look for, it is like a fast track. They have to complete as soon as possible. If I take too long, no, they'll feel bored. Okay, because of that reason, we'll use Saturdays as well. But anyhow, no, in case if you're not able to attend, we'll provide only for the Saturdays. All the videos will be available with high clarity videos we'll provide. You can go through there. And in case if required, you can ask me questions in the next session.
Hi Rajesh, Madhu here.
Yes, Madhu.
So just I want cross check with you. Already you are involved in two implementations projects, right? In ORC.
Yeah.
For practicing purpose, we will get real time. What you are doing, right? Like some tasks for practicing purpose, real
Yeah.
time only.
Yeah, sure. See, whatever that I was explaining, if you practice that daily, it's more than enough. Why? Because no, we're not gonna skip any of the concept. We will discuss everything. Okay, so if you practice that, even for the interview preparation also is more than enough. I'll give some interview questions also. You can, if you follow that, it's more than enough.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question, guys?
Rajesh, do you cover this SAP success factor?
No, that is different project. This is the separate product, right? We will concentrate only on the
Okay,
Oracle
thank you.
Fusion.
Yeah, it's okay, got it, thank you.
Yeah, compared to success factor, I mean, in success factor we have recruiting module as well, but compared to success factor, nowadays ORC is the main. It's booming like anything in ORC.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, Raj.
Yeah, and also guys, you can do in this Fusion, no, you can complete the certification, you'll get more value. Okay, so for certification also you can complete, you'll get 54 questions, and the certification cost will be around 19,000 with including GST. 20,000 will be there. Okay, if you complete the certification, that will be well and good. You'll get more value to your resume. I think if you are working in organization, they'll give some free vouchers. Even using that as well, you can complete your certification, or else you can remember that you can do. Okay, any other questions?
And timings normally same 7 to 8 only, or before that also is there any chance?
No, Madhu, will do from 7 to 8. Okay, why? Because now we do run some other some other batches with some other time. So I mean, I have free time with 7 to 8. I will run this session. We do have some other sessions as well, some other timing. So we don't do that. Okay. So any other questions?
Okay, Rajesh.
So Rajesh, one question on the journeys, right? You did mention that's part of the content, right?
Yes, yes.
You will be going through. So in that specific thing, like is the intent to kind of like explain how you create like journeys, like because that's a hot topic like everywhere, like
Yes,
journey.
yes. Yeah. I got it. I got your question. Okay, so in the journeys, no, I will explain you related to ORC. Okay, first I will explain the checklist. Okay, once after
Okay.
configuring the checklist, then how to enable. As after many of the implementation, already they might have went live. Okay, they are using the checklist. First, we'll go through the checklist. Okay, some brief introduction, how to create there, what are the forms is available. Everything we'll discuss. Later on, how to enable the journeys we'll discuss. Okay, we will log in as a recruiter and we'll verify how journeys will work. Again, we'll log in as a pending worker or employee. We'll see how journeys they're going to complete. Even I will explain how to create the journeys in the system. I'll explain.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, any other question, guys? Yeah, you can please feel free to ask me questions. Okay, so I will explain clearly whatever is required. Okay, so not only the ORC, the core HR. Okay, I haven't touched anything in the core HR. Why? Because now in the last, this is the end of the session. Well, during our end of the session, I will discuss complete our core HR part. Okay, from organization structure, workforce structure, that I will explain you clearly. Okay, so I mean, to start with the ORC, must and should core HR and some basic of talent management is required. Okay, so if I explain these two, ORC will get moved back, and most of our candidates also they don't show interest. Okay, so we finalize to start with the recruiting. Later on only I will explain the core HR. The main intent is to start this session is we are planned to give a knowledge on the recruiting cloud. We are getting many calls only for the recruiting cloud ORC. Okay, so yeah, you can unmute yourself. You can ask me questions, or else you can see there is a phone number, right? Okay, his name is you can speak with Prasad. His name is Prasad. Directly you can call him. If you need any of the information, the timing change and all, no, directly you can check with him. You can call to this mobile number and you can speak with him. But on daily basis, you will receive the videos and PPTs, and that to practice instance also will be providing. Okay, guys. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see at the same time. Okay, 7 to 8. Okay, so last time, if you have any questions, you can ask me, or else you can disconnect. We can close the session.
Nothing, Rajesh.
Yeah, fine, Rajesh. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. Okay, tomorrow we'll see at the same time. Okay, 7 to 8.